What's up? What's up, y'all? I'm back at it once again. Iskosi Umfundisi. And I did a video about Dan Gertler, the Israeli criminal billionaire, the Diamond King of Israel. And this is a follow-up video to that. It just came out December 11, 2018, about Alan Dershowitz defends Dan Gertler, the Israel billionaire and criminal billionaire who has looted the DR Congo. So we're going to get into this. If you don't know who Alan Dershowitz is, he's the Harvard law professor that's defending Trump and, things like that. He's a Zionist. He got many connections to Israel and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So he defends Trump right now, but he's also defends Dan Gertler, the Israel king. Let's see what's going on. Dan Gertler, the criminal Israel billionaire who's responsible for untold misery in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, one of the poorest nations on earth, have an influential new supporter. Alan Dershowitz, in the in-front page report in today's New York Times, Dershowitz speak up for Gertler, who was sanctioned last year by the U.S. government as a very good person. In fact, Dan Gertler is too corrupt even for the Trump administration to accept. Here's what the Treasury Department said a year ago about why the U.S. is punishing him under Global Magnitsky's Human Rights Accountability Act. Gertler is an international businessman and billionaire who has amassed his fortune through hundreds of millions of dollars worth of opaque and corrupt mining and oil deals in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, the DRC. Gertler has used his close relationship with DRC President Joseph Kabila to act as a middleman for mining assets and sales in the DRC, requiring some multinational company to go through Gertler to do business with the Congolese state. As a result, between 2010 and 2012 alone, the DR reportedly lost over $1.36 billion in revenue underpricing of mining assets. The U.S. Treasury Department language is accurate but too clinical. What it means more vividly is that Gertler and company has stolen hundreds of millions that the DR Congo could have used to create a professional army to replace its current bands of unpaid uniformed looters who kill and rape civilians with impunity, to invest in education and health, to reduce 70% rate of malnourishment. Nearly 6 million of the nation's 80 million people have been displaced by repression and fighting, and the DR Congo is still the greatest going on humanitarian disaster since the end of World War II. Meanwhile, Gertler's crimes have been apparently raised no alarms in Israel itself, even though he reportedly flies home regularly from Central Africa. So far, the Israeli government is not investigating him. He remained basically unknown there. Gertler's anonymity in Israel and in the United States is an unfortunately routine in reports about corruption in the global South, which are often marred by unconscious racism. Visiting Western journalists would dwell at length on the grotesque wealth of certain African leaders of Joseph Kabila, but forget to even name big oil companies, mining giants, and the hedge funds that pay them. Back to Alan Dershowitz. Dan Gertler is far the first unpopular person he has championed. Gertler defends his choice by arguing that it's just the legal system means that everyone is entitled to a vigorous defense. Somehow, though, the Professor Dershowitz never seemed to step up and represent people like the millions of Congolese civilians who continue to flee for their lives. And there you have it. So he's defending a guy who's basically still unknown, who's on the criminal list in the United States, but you don't hear nothing about this guy. He's killing off many Africans and people in the DR Congo, but you never hear nobody talking about him. Like I said before, visiting Western journalists would dwell at the length of the grotesque wealth of certain African leaders like Joseph Kabila, but forget to even name the big oil companies and mining giants and hedge funds that pay them, like the Dan Gertlers, who doing all this stuff and is a big contributor to Israel and Zionism. And this kind of stuff we got to report on here in black media. The so-called people that you think is your friends is not really your friends. Anyway, I'm Iskosi Umfundisi, and that's just a follow-up of Dan Gertler, the Diamond King of Israel, and his people he got defending him, such as Alan Dershowitz. Hey, much love. Subscribe to the channel. We'll keep our people informed. Peace.